Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jam, the American Gamer, back again here, guys. We're doing another live stream here. 4 p.m., middle of the day here. It's decently hot outside. It's 96 today. It's not as hot as it's been for some of the previous days here that we've had. Here in the Mojave Desert, man. We in the desert, man. Man, I'm hot like the Mojave. Yeah. Feeling too fresh, boy, I'm a hottie. Yeah, I'm hot like the Mojave. Yeah. Guys, I already got all the stuff that we need pretty much ready for today's stream. I got the chat up on my phone right here. So we got that going. Today we're just gonna have a chill stream, guys. Like yesterday we already basically laid out our plans for today here. We got the updated chat here for this stream on screen. If y'all have anything you want to say, right, about the video that we're gonna watch today, we are here to watch a video. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll get it open here, guys. You see, Hypnospace Outlaw, Part 1, 9-hour long video, guys. I don't think we're gonna finish the whole thing today, guys, but I've been wanting to watch this video, again. Obviously, it's a 9-hour long video, so it's like, I watched it the first time, and I thought it was great. I thought it was an amazing video. And even like yesterday, before I started the stream yesterday, I tried to watch it by myself, and I basically couldn't do it. Like, it was too much of an emotional reaction within me that I was like, it was just too visceral. It was a visceral feeling. That's the best way to describe it, guys. For real, guys. So we're here. I feel like having the stream to basically output my reaction and any thoughts that I have here. We're probably just gonna end up full screening it when we watch it, right? So hopefully nothing too important is covered up by my face cam or anything, or else, you can always alt tab and cover it or uncover it, guys. We can always uncover it. We're uncovering plenty of hidden secrets, hidden lore today on our American Gamer mission to curate quality content. Not even content, guys, but at the end of the day, people don't like the word content. It has like a negative connotation at this point, right? Why is that? Because it became so oversaturated. It became such a overused term, a content creator. I create content online for a living. But that's not what this is for. The reason I'm doing this isn't in any way, there's no real way for me to monetize this, at least not in good conscience to myself. I wouldn't be able to monetize a video where I'm doing practically like maybe 0.01% of the work that the original creator's doing, right? You know what I'm saying, guys? Here, wait. Low-keyly, guys. I am gonna have to add the link to the video in the video description, just to make sure that we got that. OG video link. There we go. Flawed Peacock channel. There we go. We're gonna do both of them, guys. We're gonna link them just to be like real. We gotta respect it, man. We gotta respect it. I don't know if I really should add it. I think that might ruin the link. We're just gonna go ahead and do that. Changes saved. Let me see if that worked on my phone real quick, guys. And I'm gonna like my own stream on my phone. Oh no, guys. Oh no.
I need a tissue after that sneeze, guys. There was something in my nose, guys. It was a little something in my nose. Hey, you know, guys, I'm keeping it raw on this stream. It says we got 2 likes on this, Jonathan, but I kind of doubt it. YouTube tends to kind of lie about this stuff, guys. But you know how it goes. We're not doing it for the number of likes. Although, that does give me a great dopamine hit. But at the end of the day, guys, this gives me a dopamine hit as well. They're both kind of similar, so what's easier, to do this or to try to get a bunch of likes on my video or on my stream? You know, I am gonna make the VOD public, as we do with all the VODs, in the American Gamer Gaming series. I mean, if Mr. Flawed Peacock ends up seeing this by some, like, butterfly effect moment or something, you know, like, chain of cause and effects or whatever, you're goated, man. Keep making stuff, man. You know, I don't be watching the scary stuff with that much, but I mean, that's just me personally, bro. I'm too sensitive for that. Like, scary stuff, you know, it's scary, bro. I don't know, I had my phase when I was younger. I loved it. But I kind of almost, like, I don't want to even say that I grew out of it, but it's just like, it's too much for me now. I just can't keep doing it, you know? If I keep doing it, I'm gonna notice, like, dramatic effects. That's not really, that doesn't really have any pertinence to speaking to the guy himself, but it doesn't really matter. We already said the whole thing about, like, you're goated, bro. Just keep making that high quality stuff, man. Cause I'm just messing around here, really. I'm just trying to have some fun, you know. It probably would be better if this guy that I think makes good quality, interesting videos and stuff. I mean, you know, guys, it's just crazy. Like, real 9-hour long video, guys. Like, that's multiple movies. That's more than one movie, guys. It's like I said in one of the songs I made on the SoundCloud, guys, that we posted up on the SoundCloud. Said, I just put up and made a movie. Now screw that 8-hour documentary. If they catch me cheating, I might get a penalty. But in the end, I know God is with me. I don't think we made that song on stream, but we have played that song on stream before. Very funny stuff, guys, you know? Every day is a great day when we just hop on that American Gamer gaming streaming. You know, guys, I can't even say that we're freaking, that we're grinding, because we're not. I said it before. 'Tis what it is, guys. I can't hold myself to some previous thing that I might have said, and then I thought about it more, and I just, like, experienced some new things, and it just changed my perspective a little bit, and I'm like, now, I'm not even grinding, guys. I'm literally just gaming. This is what this stream is. We're just gaming. But I don't even, like, you know, honestly, guys, the American Gamer way, we don't even play the games anymore, guys. We're done playing games. We had our first 14 episodes. We played plenty of Roblox. We played some Duck Life up until Duck Life 4. You know, for the first 5 streams, we played Duck Life, guys. And we played Roblox all throughout that. We were making beats. You know, recording songs. We're talking about life, guys. We've been talking about life for real, for real. I am kind of putting off starting the video here, guys. I mean, we're already 10 minutes into the stream now. But It is what it is, guys. I mean, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. I'm trying to get real nice and chill today. I got all the gas. You know, the ciggies, we got, like, 6 packs came in. I got the red hundreds here. Wait, guys. I gotta get the lighting for you correct. The red 100s, as you can see. Yes. Yup. You see the whole thing, man. You see the whole shebang. The whole thing. Now we're gonna go ahead, hit a nice blink. You guys saw that? You guys peeped that? How I was blinking in the middle of the blinky. Genius stuff here, guys. We're getting real smart here. You know, we're connecting different ideas together and stuff, which is exactly what we're going to get into here in this video. We're gonna have plenty of motifs, plenty of themes, and all sorts of things here, guys. The intro's like about, like, let's see, guys. So intro's about 3 minutes here, and then after that it's like about an hour, and then like 4 hours. Oh yeah, getting started is like the spoiler free stuff. We might like end the stream after that for today, guys. We'll see. Because it is 4 p.m. today. I mean, you know, we could keep it going, like, however long we want to be honest. We'll see. We'll see when a good time is, a good checkpoint is. But, you know, after shift 1 starts, we have a solid, like, you know, up until 5 hours and 33 minutes. Like, you know. So if we just go this whole stream just watching, who knows, guys? I mean, you know, I might end up pausing and talking. I've already been talking just as I like to. I like to take my time with this stuff, guys. I like to take it slowly here. We like to take things slow and steady and try to win the race here on the Jam channel. You know, guys, if you don't know, now you know. I'm here. I'm like an art curator, basically. I'm not a critic. I'm not here to critique it. I already know I love it. I already know I love it because I've already seen it. We'll see, guys. We'll see what my like thoughts are now that it's been, you know, guys, it's been a while, guys. I've experienced quite a deal of change since I first watched this series, and it was already so impactful to me back then. And I kind of almost want to shift gears a little bit in how I'm approaching life and take some inspiration back from what I did back then, guys. So this kind of might help me to transition back. We'll see, guys. We'll see. We're hoping. We got glass half full mango juice. You feel me? Got that mango juice. We're just straight up drinking that mango juice. That good. It's very good. It's very good, guys. I mean, you know, without any further ado, 14 minutes in to the stream, we might as well just start. Just get right into watching this absolute cinema. Let me make sure the volume's turned up a plenty.
Generations based on.
Let's see,
we measure
guys.
people by their generations based on the year that they were born.
Yeah.
But when it comes to generations on the internet, I've always felt it has
Let's
less
see,
to
guys,
do with
let's see.
age
Let's
and more
see.
to do with what era of the internet
Let's
you
get
became
the-
plugged in. For example, you'll see
Get the lights
Gen
turned
Zers
down a
have
little
very
bit,
similar
guys.
relationships with their technology.
Let's, yeah. You know, the lighting's great, guys. The lighting's incredible, guys. My hair, I look amazing today, guys. I feel amazing. I don't know how true that is, but you know, guys, I never wake up feeling good, guys. Never, ever. have I woken up feeling good? Nuh-uh. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I do, guys. Doesn't matter what I do.
People who plugged into the internet after the 2020s.
Here, let's run it back. Right there.
For example, you'll see boomers and Gen Zers have very similar relationships with their technology. People who plugged into the internet
I mean,
after
I can see that. I can see that.
will have memories of the internet formed by TikTok, Insta, and Twitter. People who plugged
A lot of
into
people,
the internet in the 2010s
I could
memories of the internet formed by
I could see that,
Vine,
you know, guys. I
Tumblr,
could see that.
Facebook, even. And then there's the era of the internet that I personally got plugged in, sort of the mid to late 2000s. And for
You know,
that,
guys,
got
I think I
Angel
kind of
Fire,
fall
Gaia
more
Online,
into the
MySpace, of course.
the
But what if the era
2010s
of the
internet.
before the year 2000? Y2K would be the start of the new millennium.
You know what did he say?
Some internet in the 2010s will have memories of the internet formed by Vine.
Yeah,
Tumblr,
Vine,
Facebook,
Tumblr, and
then
yeah, some Facebook, sort of, yeah, to an extent, guys. I mean, you know, it was almost like 2020 or 2021, like, they started doing those, like, Facebook, like, ironic memes or whatever, you know, guys, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I don't know, guys. I don't even know, guys. Do we just give up on this stream? I think we just give up, guys. Factually speaking, guys. We should just give up right here, right now. I don't actually care about anything. I just want to lay down and sleep forever. You know, guys, you know what I mean? Nah, guys, not really, but, you know, guys, just life. We don't get a good rest these days. Holy moly. I have not gotten a proper, like, restful sleep in so long. Like, every time I sleep, my dreams, they're not nightmares. They're not nightmares per se, but I mean, my dreams basically feel like real life, you know? Or like they feel like my real life in terms of their emotional texture and just like everything, you know? It's like, it's all kind of filled with a bit of a sense of dread and like a looming dark presence overhead, you know? Like something's coming, and it's not good, and it's going to eat me alive, basically. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to do anything, honestly, guys. If I'm being for real. Like, I don't know, guys. I can't even rewatch this part, I feel like, right now. Like, bro. You know, guys, I'm sweating so hard. You guys, I mean, my hair is getting messed up, basically. You can see that, but you can't necessarily see just how sweaty and how horribly, like, hot and humid it is right now, guys. Like, I know I said it's not as hot as, like, some of the previous days. That might be true temperature-wise, because it's a little bit cloudier today, guys. But the clouds kind of just moved out of the way of the sun, and now the sun is just shining, like, brightly right down on us. 4:44 p.m., guys. It feels great. It feels horrible, but it feels great. It really does, because it's like, I'm just literally going to sit here and wait until I either get cooled down enough by the air conditioning, or the air conditioning just turns off so I can just smoke more cigarettes. And then I'll be chilling then, at the very least, somewhat, you know? At least then, like, life won't feel so bad, guys. At least. At least we can speed run. Remember, my lips are all dry and, you know, cracky. Yeah. You know, guys, life is just about ups and downs. I'm trying to find a balance in between those two. once you've experienced enough high ups and low downs, then it's like, okay, time to settle down. But for now, it's like, you know what, I'll accept that I have to be low sometimes, because I just want that euphoria. That's all I know right now. I don't know anything like more intense of a like positive experience than that, you know? That's how I feel like, guys. What even is that, bro? Is that like ash? Oh no, that's a piece of my mouse pad, guys. Or like, not my mouse pad, but like, look, this thing. See how it's decaying and it's like peeling apart? It's like the, what's it called? The wrist rest. Like, it connects to the keyboard and stuff magnetically to do RGB and all that, guys. It's great. It's great. You know, guys. We're on that lip peeling business. And then we gotta eat it so we don't lose it. We gotta reconstitute it back into our body for new proteins, to make new fuel, to build more skin. Newer, better skin. Every time, guys, every time. You know, I don't bite my nails, but I bite like the little pieces of skin that like come out. I don't even know, guys. I don't even know. We're too real, guys. We're too real. I'm showing y'all what it's like to be truly autistically gifted. Not artistically, but autistically. You know, guys. Blech. Now my face feels kind of just a little, oh well. Feels a little oily. Like I might have rubbed some of that lip moisturizer on my face by accident, but it happens, guys. And you know, at the end of the day, moisturizing your face isn't a bad thing. The AC turned off. You know, it feels less hot, in my opinion. We might as well just go back and just start, you know, start watching this video. Let's go back to the beginning here again, so that we can really truly soak in what he has to tell us about the internet that we are using right now.
We measure people by their generations based on the year that they were born. But when it comes to generations on the internet,
take notes, everybody. Make sure you're taking notes. I'll have my notebook
out. What era
out.
of the internet you became plugged in? For example, you'll see boomers and Gen Zers have very similar relationships with their technology. People who plugged into the internet after the 2020s will have memories of the internet formed by TikTok, Insta, and Twitter. People who plugged into the internet in the 2010s will have memories of the internet.
Make sure to drop a
formed
like
by
and subscribe,
Vine,
guys.
Tumblr, Facebook, even. And
Just
then
kidding,
there's the
guys.
era of the
Only if you
internet
want
that
to.
I personally got plugged in.
But
sort of the mid to late 2000s.
tap in,
For that,
tap
I've
in.
got Angel Fire,
Flawed Peacock.
Gaia Online, MySpace, of course. But what if the era of the internet?
Okay, this guy's a real
before the
internet.
year 2000? Y2K would be the start of
Year
the
2000,
new millennium.
OG.
For many, that
You
would
could say he's an
indicate
unk.
the end of the world. But being that we're still here, it's safe to say that the world didn't end on Y2K. But what if the world did actually end on Y2K?
Whoa. Holy moly,
Just
guys.
not in the cataclysmic way that we thought it would.
Is this possible? Wow, this is a great intro. I like this. I do like this. I'm gonna have to jot down some notes about this intro. You know, guys, I am ambidextrous. I can write with my left hand or my right hand.
Late 90s, where you, the player, solve cases on a simulated enclosed intranet.
Okay.
Imagine Welcome to the Game, but it's wrapped up in that late 90s computer
I hope you guys can hear it well.
aesthetics and only slightly less dark. Okay, a lot less dark. And you're not really a detective.
You know, I've played Welcome to the Game before. We could play that on stream maybe someday, guys.
Part nostalgia, part
But it is a little scary.
aspects of this game fool you. To call Hypnospace Outlaw a simple point-and-click adventure game would be selling it far too short.
Alright.
This game simulates an era long gone in such an authentic and human manner that I guarantee it will touch your heart. It's got charm, it's got style, it's thick to the brim with the apparent love that's been poured into it. There isn't a single dead zone or empty space in this game. In your solving of these cases, you will be sifting through what seems to feel like hundreds of pages, crafted by in-universe characters with backstories, hopes,
That's what I love,
dreams,
guys.
and all their various idiosyncrasies.
I love that real
I'll just leave it
in-depth
at that,
character
as I
building.
always say in the beginning of all my
Creating a
videos,
whole
I
new
highly
world.
recommend you play this game
Just
yourself. But if you're
in
not
a video
convinced,
game.
I might as well show you the gameplay. So let's not waste any time. I present
Okay,
to you
guys,
my
let's see the
personal
gameplay.
take on Hypnospace Outlaw.
Let's see
Starting
this
the
game.
up, we see a boot screen and the Hypnospace logo.
I love it,
If
I
we
love
wait
it,
long
guys.
enough, we hear chiptune notes that are a leitmotif or repeating melody heard in this game's main theme.
Oh, hear that?
Just a cool detail. When
A
loading
leitmotif
these
means
save
it's gonna
files, we
like
give ourselves a
repeat
hand
that
and
melody
custom
over and over again in like
pronunciation.
different songs. If y'all don't know that, just in case y'all didn't know.
Nice. Let's get
If you
started.
did know,
Note that
good
despite
stuff.
the name of the game being Hypnospace Outlaw, we will be playing as a lawman of the
1.04.
Internet Hypnospace,
Okay.
run on the operating system Hypno-S. The audio and visual aesthetics of this game are immaculate, at least from my zillennial perspective. Before we get briefed on our duties as a Hypnospace mod, I fiddle with the settings. I highly recommend enabling Big HUD mode and unpinning your HUD so that the toolbar isn't in the way. Now, we're greeted to a bland desktop. Don't
Okay.
worry, we'll be having a blast customizing and decorating it as we explore Hypnospace.
Oh boy.
But what is Hypnospace? Let's click the question mark and get the lowdown on this.
Our viewer
late
left us,
brand new
guys, but it's all
frontier.
good.
And our job
We're
is
keeping
to
it
be orderly.
pushing.
The future is you,
Whoa.
your passion, your imagination, your hard work.
Whoa, guys.
And now, with the help of Hypnospace, you have the tools and the time to make it a reality. Witness the dawning of a new
Whoa,
world,
guys.
where sleep time is no longer downtime. It's where the future is built. A future built by you.
Guys, I'm remembering.
Hypnospace.
I'm remembering the story of this game, guys. I forgot. Hypnospace is like, it's basically like the computer, the internet, but like you can only boot into it or you can only access it through sleeping. You know, that tangent at the beginning of the stream about me not having any good rest or sleep recently actually kind of fits. It's quite ironic. It's quite fitting. So we'll just keep it pushing, guys. We'll see how much this ends up speaking to us here. Speaking to my soul.
There's a grittiness to this intro that just captures something very nostalgic. The stock footage, the big chunky PCs, a generic video of a working man, and with this xylophone music. More on the music stylings later. I do also want to point out that this creepy doll is a reference to Dropsy, a game developed by the same folks who developed this game. Now let's take a closer look at this device that we are evidently using. It's a console with a headband wired to
I didn't
it.
remember the
Somehow
Dropsy
this
thing from the
device
first
is
time I
beaming
watched
the
it at all.
experience of Hypnospace into the user's brain through this Hypnospace headband. The
All right.
desktop we are on is currently being beamed into our mind, not on a computer screen. We are playing as somebody who's asleep. This is a detail one often takes for granted when first picking up this game. With the invention of this device,
Sleep time is no longer downtime.
Dang, that
we're
sounds
in the
creepy.
90s. Computers are first and foremost seen as a machine of productivity. Nowadays, computers are just, well, computers, just a part of everyday life. Will this new frontier into digital culture, connecting the world through the realm of sleep, benefit society? Or should we have just simply let sleep time remain downtime?
Well, I think we already know the answer to that, guys. We already know. Sleep time is the most important time to rest. But in general, it's good to have a overall, you know, good balanced lifestyle between the work you do and the rest you do.
Sort of I write down here internet culture, but really it was like software culture. I say that because like everybody in my generation had a shitty typing game that had a screen that looks exactly like this, with a lady narrator that sounded exactly like this.
Welcome to Hypnospace Patrol Department Enforcer Training.
Ooh.
Hello, Hightower.
When
Whoa.
we enter our training segment, we are greeted by a useless floating robot head, or maybe it's a computer mouse, named Hippie. Evidently a tip of the hat to the little helper avatars of old that really didn't do anything special. Now, let's start our training.
Direct your attention to the top of your desktop, and you'll notice the HypnoS info bar. From left to right, this handy toolkit features quick access to
the settings menu,
Oh, guys, that's so funny.
the quick switcher,
The different voices.
the application menu.
It's a little bit,
Your HypnoCoin balance.
it's almost uncanny, right? But it's not really meant to be scary, you know, guys, so
To save your progress and
it's all
safely
good.
exit HypnoS.
Already we're off to a great start. They shipped out these Hypnospace Enforcer Edition devices with scuffed tutorials. This funny voice will be a recognizable one, belonging to a semi-recurring character.
Hippie, also known as the Hypnospace Intelligent Intermediary, is your digital helper. He'll notify you when you receive important messages, and even alert you to new HypnoS system updates. Hippie
Whoa.
is always happy to help.
Here's a useful tip. Right-click any text in
Hypnospace.
and Hippie will read it out loud.
Wait, hold on. First off, this guy's voice mumbling in the background is just great.
Right-click any text in
Hypnospace.
and Hippie will read it out loud.
Whether you're new to Hypno.
Wow.
But I do want to point something out. In this
Incredible.
particular instructional video on Hippie, our floating Microsoft Sam voiced helper, the word Hypnospace is dubbed in that similar robotic
Yeah.
voice. Could this be a recycled tutorial from a progenitor software by a different name?
Hippie is your digital helper.
Whoa.
Next.
So right-clicking on anything will make Hippie read stuff out. Neat. Aside from that, really his only use is letting you know when you have new Hypno mail. Up next is the CHIME, or CHIME, tutorial. It simply educates us on an acronym used to detect various violations users or citizens can commit on Hypnospace.
What can they do,
Banning
guys?
content that violates the CHIME rules is
Content
what progress
infringement,
are banned.
harassment.
C stands for content infringement. H is for harassment.
Alright.
I for illegal activity.
Ooh.
M for malicious software. And E is for extra-legal commerce.
Okay,
Find
okay.
more information in the HSPD handbook.
The next tutorial informs us on how to use our download manager and inbox, which is simple enough. However, I will give this tip. Sometimes your inbox can be a valuable tool for solving some harder cases in Hypnospace. The only unique thing in this particular tutorial is the case manager. Think of it as
You know, I'm
your
smoking that
question
indica,
menu. Here's
guys.
a cool tip
So I
from
might
Mr.
switch
Funny Voice.
cart to,
Once a violation has been found,
Oh, wow.
the offending citizen's name will be listed
Yeah,
here.
I might
Click
switch
to
to
jump
a
the page
different
to
cart.
where the violation was removed from.
So we can use this menu to circle back to pages of past crimes. This will be good if we run into any Hypnospace outlaws that we suspect of being repeat offenders. And again, we can apply that same tip to the senders of particular Hypno mail. This next tutorial is important. It emphasizes that the device that we're using is different from the devices other users of Hypnospace use. This is the Enforcer Edition. We can only receive inbox messages, not send them out. We seemingly have no way of communicating with other users, with a couple of exceptions. We can only surf Hypnospace, ban violations, download files, spend HypnoCoin, and flag users. More on those last two later. Let's hear what this creepy mascot has to say about zones.
Hypnospace's citizens place the pages they've built in our themed zone communities. You will be given search
Here we go,
and
guys.
browsing access to zones only if you've been assigned
We got the
a
fan
law
on,
enforcement
guys.
agent.
So while standard users can virtually access all zones and make pages, we can only access zones that we are assigned to. We're almost like a beat cop in a way. There are some challenging quirks to this in the early parts of the game, as well as workarounds to this limitation. We'll learn about these quirks naturally. This takes us to our final tool, which is often overlooked. In addition to being able to ban content, if somebody racks up enough violation points, we can actually flag them for investigation. Ultimately, what happens to them, a warning, suspension, or total ban, is up to our employers. Still, our employers won't do anything if we don't flag the repeat offenders. So let's keep that in our toolkit. In addition, we also have an extremely valuable tool for both exploration and solving cases. As an enforcer, we are able to see the age, town, and real name of the owner of a page.
Whoa.
This is their citizen data. In addition, we can see their unique headband ID. If you do end up playing this game after my introduction to its feel and play, I highly recommend jotting down the headband IDs of particularly suspicious or tech-savvy users using a pen and paper or the Hypnospace Sticky Note app. You'll see me use this very soon. After closing our tutorial, we get a couple of messages. A default welcome from the founders of Merchantsoft and our first case. Hello, Enforcer. Welcome to Hypnospace Patrol Department. Adrian and Dylan Merchant here, co-creators of Hypnospace and founders of Merchantsoft. We would like to personally thank you for volunteering to help us keep Hypnospace safe. You'll be assigned cases automatically based on reports by Hypnospace citizens or activity we noticed here at the Hypnospace Security Center. Look forward to receiving your first one shortly.
Nice.
Our first case is copyright infringement. This is a content infringement notice regarding any content that copies or bears the likeness of 1962 cartoon character Gumshoe Gooper.
Ooh.
Attached is a photo of the intellectual property we'll be looking out for. It's just a fish with a trench coat and a magnifying glass. A detective fish. I was hoping we'd bust a Hypnospace Red Room or a Black Hat hacking organization. Well, I guess they're starting this off slow. Since this is an image file, we can click the little icon to place it on our desktop for reference. This feature, however, will be mainly used to decorate your desktop with fun stickers you pick up along the way. Look through your assigned zones for at least 3 possible violations and utilize your enforcement tool to check them. Opening up our homepage, we see that the 2 community-oriented zones are the cafe, a welcoming, liberal landing zone for beginners and tech nerds, and Good Time Valley, a sort of digital containment for the more curmudgeonly conservative old farts of Hypnospace. Both have their charm. But before we do dig in, let's get the big picture and familiarize ourselves with our employers and what they expect of us. Let's first take a look at the HSPD zone. Evidently, this is something that only we enforcers can access. In the Citizen Data Tools page, I notice a nifty trick. We can press the pin so that the citizen data stays on top. This will be super helpful. In the Chime Info page, one new thing we can learn is that we can only ban copyright infringement if there is a copyright complaint made. We'll be exploring many pages decorated and scored with images and music that don't belong to the page owners. But so long as there are no complaints and permission is received, it's A-OK. It seems that Merchantsoft wants to strike a balance, respecting the expression of its customers while also keeping itself out of legal hot water if intellectual property owners want stuff taken down. So this tells us that the owners of the Gooper IP specifically requested it off of Hypnospace. Why is that? This whiteboard essentially will be used to chart out and organize some of the more peripheral but also main mysteries of this game. Unlike some of my other videos, the mysteries of this game are very answerable, however easy to overlook and take for granted. This is what it looks like when you try and ban something. We're literally wielding a ban hammer.
Nice.
Although, this is probably more of a cultural reference to a judge's mallet. If we misjudge, the interface tells us that we'll be penalized. But as far as I'm aware, that wasn't implemented into this game, which I appreciate.
Nice.
There's a clever way we can use this to probe for violations without exposing ourselves to the risk of downloading viruses. More on that later. In the page on flagging, we learned that the Hypnospace Enforcer team refers to suspension
We don't want
as
to download any
detainment,
viruses,
leaning
guys.
into that law enforcement terminology. An interesting detail is that if you are detained, you still have access to Hypnospace, but with read-only access, not being able to interact with other citizens or edit your own page. In addition, you're also subjected to occasional extended advertising interruptions, so like the internet monetization version of prison labor. Again, let's not forget to flag. While banning content moves the story forward, flagging people will change the course of the story.
Ooh.
In the Enforcer Conduct page,
I love
we're informed
that.
that enforcers who misuse their station will be subject to suspension or even banning from the program. In addition to our current state not being able to interact with others as an enforcer, it seems our ability to use Hypnospace as a regular user is also suspended during our time as an enforcer. If you wish to resume direct communication with citizens, you may unenroll from the Enforcer program at any time by returning your Hypnospace Enforcer Edition headband kit using the prepaid postage that came with your unit. Not super relevant to our story, but it is an interesting detail nonetheless. Merchantsoft seems to like compartmentalizing various aspects of their operation. Now that we are fully filled in on our duties as a Dreamland janitor, let's access the town square, Hypnospace Central. Everybody has access to this zone.
Whether you're new to Hypnospace or a veteran citizen, you've come to the right place. Scroll down and click the multicolored page cards to check out the Global Newsroom, our virtual newspaper, and then read Hypnospace guides for exclusive material from the celebs you'll love. Whoever you are, you're home in Hypnospace.
This is the place all regular users are recommended to check out first, where Merchantsoft has put together a convenient place for guides, news, and various articles. The song that plays here is made by Chet Pinehurst. Chet Pinehurst is evidently a musician that Merchantsoft hired to create very default tech-sounding tracks and music that Hypnospace citizens can use to score their pages. Now, while these tracks we're hearing in Hypnospace Central sound very, inoffensive tech default, Chet Pinehurst is particularly known for his very earthy, hippy-dippy vibes.
Okay,
and imagine if Apple hired someone like Wes Madico to make their ringtone.
Interesting.
The genre comparison isn't exactly right, but I think the vibes match. But I digress. We'll be using this whiteboard to educate ourselves on the music alt history of Hypnospace Outlaw and see if we can potentially find any real-world comparisons that Hypnospace Outlaw may be parodying. This track is very lullaby-like, fitting for a place that's accessed through sleep. Let's click on the guides page.
Okay.
It's funny how the new users who click on this guide are just blown out with this insane tuba MIDI song.
Nice. That's nice, guys. That's amazing.
Let's turn that off and check out some of these videos that Merchantsoft have uploaded
Gotta
to
turn
educate
that
their
off,
citizens.
Hi, I'm Citizen, your friendly guide through the technical side of Hypnospace and your HypnoS operating system. Click one of these preloaded video clips to begin. Watch the above video if you're wondering why we still ask you to type and click to control HypnoS, even though it uses highly advanced mind interface and projection technology.
If you're already an experienced HypnoS user, you may safely skip this section. If you've had difficulty controlling the HypnoS cursor and keyboard, don't worry, you've come to the right place. The key to controlling HypnoS's simulated keyboard and mouse interface is simply to do it as you would while awake. No special mind focus techniques necessary. Begin typing or moving and clicking the mouse as you would on your home computer, and HypnoS will react. We've engineered it to feel natural, so let your mind rest and let your virtual hands do the work.
Again, while yes, we are playing this game with our mouse, keyboard, or gamepad, lore-wise, right now we are fast asleep with these images being projected into our minds, manipulating our interface with our minds. It sort of unlocked a memory for me. I've had dreams in the past where I'll be in a sticky situation, and it's almost like I'm internally typing out console commands or quick loading and quick saving into different parts of the dream. I wonder if a similar experience is what inspired Jay Tholen to make this game. The next video informs us about our desktop launcher.
That's interesting, guys.
Yeah,
there's no original ideas, right, guys? So we're all swimming in the same pool of consciousness here.
By clicking and dragging. If your view field is becoming crowded, icons may be stored in the launcher for quick access.
We can declutter our desktop of icons we don't use often by storing them in the HypnoS launcher. It really isn't used much as a launcher, so much as a stash for icons. We can't put stickers in there, and unfortunately we can't put hippie in there either. The nice thing about the launcher is that icons we put in there don't show up in the toolbar quick access. Again, which is great for decluttering that drop-down menu on top of our desktop.
And to be honest with you, I don't know why they call it a launcher. It's more like a stasher. Weird.
Funny.
Yeah, it's more like a hider rather than a launcher. The last tip we can pick up from this page is to use our home button to return to our zone portal.
Note, to HSPD enforcers, the Hypnospace City Home Portal is only available to non-HSPD citizens. Enforcers see the only zones that they are assigned to in a special hub.
While regular citizens can remove and add their favorite zones to their portal, Dispatch will grant us access based on the cases we are on.
Zones are places for like-minded Hypnospace citizens to interact and share the pages they've created. When joining a zone, you'll be able to add your page to the zone listing. If approved, your page will be accessible by everyone in Hypnospace, so be careful what you share on it.
Going back, let's go ahead and take a look at the new to HypnoCoin page.
That's smart, guys. Be careful what you
HypnoCoins
share
are the
on it.
official currency of Hypnospace. You can get them through purchasing gift cards, playing special games and promotions, or earn through selling digital goods like stickers, songs, and backgrounds on Hypnospace. We'll be earning it primarily.
You know, guys,
through
I think I am
solving
going to
cases.
turn the
The
AC
red text at the
temperature
bottom
down a
says,
little bit, but I'm going to leave the
HypnoCoin may
video
not be
playing for you
resold,
guys.
transferred, or refunded,
back
and
in a
has no
sec.
cash value.
So it's useless, and that means we're doing this for no actual monetary compensation. In other words, we're doing it for free. Let's go ahead and check out that celebrity travel guide. Something oddly familiar about the vibe of this song.
guys.
The page is scored with the theme
What's
song
going
of the
on
show
here?
Desperate in Dallas, Montana by musician Eric Chowderman Hellman. Chowderman is a well-established musician who found specialty in making jingles for commercials
Nice.
and ads.
Chowderman.
However, in this case, it's a jingle for a reality TV show. While I won't be putting him on our music whiteboard, his story is quite interesting when you peel back the layers of irony.
Ooh.
The Celebrity Guide seems to be a shoddily put-together promotional ad for Tallulah Springs, Colorado, written by the star of Desperate in Dallas, Carrie Jacobs.
I hate this guy's face so much.
Here are some funny bits to this poorly disguised promo.
Despite being, we're only 50 minutes from the Denver International Airport, which is more than affordable if you're taking a shared shuttle, but still, try not to highlight that in your guide. We don't want to give anyone a reason to not visit before they find out why they should come. Here are 4 reasons why you should, that's an absolute butcher job, you should absolutely make Tallulah Falls your next holiday destination.
And this one is my favorite.
3 new pool tables, a full-fledged gym we're looking to expand once this year's budget is approved, and constant, occasionally we'll get something together. That's a noun, I guess, now. It's funny, that's good.
We'll find a lot more amusement on Hypnospace. Let's leave this page. Oh, but before we do, I want to make a real quick note. There's an Eye of Horus hidden in the background of one of these images. Yes, this is what I'm talking
Nice.
about. The occult. Copyright infringement today.
Whoa.
But we'll be busting a Horus-related Red Room on Hypnospace tomorrow.
Whoa.
Well, not exactly. Let's broaden the world building by getting into today's news. To build the habit, I checked the Citizen
The
ID
occult.
and noticed that Merchant Soft's ID is 00004D, while Dispatch is 00003D. So if somebody ever claims to be either parties, we must simply look into these headbands' IDs to confirm. Now, here's today's tech news.
Tech giants believe year 2000 glitch worries unfounded. The technology titans on the floor of this week's public electronics showcase unanimously agreed that concerns of a catastrophic year 2000 glitch were unfounded. Most of our devices with electronic components driving them, while high-tech, are still simple enough that they wouldn't be affected by a year 2000 glitch, if such a thing were to occur, said Bellinger Telephonics CTO Daniel Delphin. Merchantsoft CEO Adrian Merchant was particularly confident in the
Adrian
ability of his
Merchant,
company
man.
to weather whatever threats may come.
Merchant Soft,
Our
man.
culture is enthralled by the idea of some faceless apocalypse, Merchant said. So I want you
Low
to look
key,
at
bro.
the faces behind me. This is just a small portion of our 100-strong support and maintenance team. I have complete confidence in their ability to tackle any minor issue that may arise during the year 2000 roll over. Can we get some claps in here? Can we get some fucking claps in here? The support staff group behind Merchant waved. This reporter waved back. I was channeling my Robert Loggia.
Adrian Merchant is the business half to the tech duo behind Merchantsoft.
All
Of
right,
course,
all right.
it's November 1999. Y2K is on the horizon, and so the scare is setting in, even
Ooh.
on Hypnospace.
Scary,
This
scary.
is both a thematic and narrative keep in mind. Y2K. We're not just talking about the turn of the millennium. We're talking about the end of the world.
Ooh.
In other words, things no longer being as they once were. In the business news segment, we can read about a new portable game device, the Monarch Game Champ, being released alongside its flagship game
Ooh.
called Squishers, a sort of slime-themed parody to our world's Pokemon. Now, this sort of alternate tech history is somewhat in line with the Game Boy Color's release in 1998 and the Game Boy Advance release in the early 2000s. There are also rumors of a licensed game of Taurus and Muleta X, a superhero duo that is beloved in the Hypnospace universe. And now, politics. While President Bill Clinton was president in our world of 1999, in hypnospace, we have President Hughes entering his last year of his 2-term service.
Okay.
In a recent press conference, Hughes stated his intention to continue focusing on technology. Education is a priority, as is the quality of food available in grocery stores. Keeping bugs far away from picnics is a national imperative. Space is good, and Hughes strongly suggested that it will continue to be supported. Hughes is opening pre-sales of his presidential memoirs this Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Nothing of note here, however, the simplistic quote of "space is good" is pretty funny.
Space
There's
is
nothing
good.
of note in the weather forecast, and one thing I'd like to point out is that in the sports section, there is a different naming of the beloved sport of football and tennis. NFL is called AFL, so perhaps American Football League, and in this world, this is hilarious, they call tennis Trennis. I'm getting a sort of alternate reality Mandela effect-y kind of vibe from this. Let's get into some of the key differences between tennis and tennis. It
It's
can't just simply be
trippy,
the name.
guys.
We can already make out one difference from the
It's
art
like a
in the
trippy
background.
world.
It seems that the tennis court is circular instead of rectangular and has 3 sides playing against
Get
each
deep
other
into it.
instead
Man.
of
You gotta
2.
get deep in.
Also, some of these tennis player names are very Tim and Eric-esque. Doof Jones, Eric Snavely. Souring the mood, we have a page for something called HypnoCure. I was afraid of this. We'll be tussling with viruses in hypnospace. A scary thought alone, made even scarier when we remind ourselves that this computer interface is being beamed into our brains while we sleep.
Ooh.
How detestable.
We don't want to get no
I look forward to giving
viruses
these hypno
while we
cybercriminals a taste of
sleeping.
my banhammer. We'll
That's
save up
like
for
a
HypnoCure
horrible
Live. However,
nightmare.
I'm curious about what looks like dev tools included in HypnoCure Pro.
Yo.
Maybe useful for exploratory purposes. We'll get there when we get there. I'll keep this in mind. Let's make use of our stamp book to bookmark this page with the HypnoCoin logo so that we can come back to it in a jiff when we need to remedy a cyber ailment. There's a blurb at the bottom. Let's go ahead and educate ourselves on a new virus that's plaguing hypnospace.
Oh no.
New virus alert. Wave hello. Threat
Okay.
level low. Wave hello is a nuisance virus that causes HypnoS to intermittently rock back and forth as if at sea. Purchase HypnoCure now to protect your system from this virus.
Noted. Sounds annoying, but borderline dangerous for users with vertigo. Bastards. The streets of Hypnopolis need their janitor Justicar. The Merchants Off the About page is particularly
guys, you don't wanna
nice.
wake
Let's
up
skip
in the
over
middle
to
of the
team
night
spot or
puking.
commercial survey.
Are you the kind of person
not
who
good
enjoys
they
giving your
get that
opinion and you like
virus.
easy HypnoCoin? Great. Click the following link to enroll in our Citizen Feedback Club and receive 11 HypnoCoin instantly.
Now we can just keep the money and ignore the survey, but let's give this ad spot a watch. I'll include all my verbal outbursts.
With Hypnospace, the easiest sleep time support just keeps getting easier.
My grandpa uses
It's
it.
easy as pie.
My kids got me into it.
With our new Hypnospace guide, you
Hypnospace.
can navigate Hypnospace with the direction of top
Hypnospace.
experts.
It's a real game changer.
From movies, games, and music to cars and sports, we've got it all.
Hypnospace is awesome.
We've spent over $1 billion.
Sounds awesome, guys.
Hypnospace citizens wake up fully refreshed.
I wake up feeling great.
Why waste your sleep time really sleeping?
Going to bed just became a whole lot of fun.
For a busy parent, Hypnospace is amazing.
Take advantage of our 30-day no-risk trial and live your dreams on Hypnospace.
Hypnospace. Nice.
That was great.
Yeah,
You know, I
nice.
already mentioned Tim and Eric, but the only thing missing in that video was a line at the end saying, a Cinco product. Now, some things to note. Unless the ad is lying, it seems that over $1 billion is claimed to have been used to develop sleep time services like Hypnospace. Now, they could be including the development of its progenitor software and maybe other competing sleep time companies to inflate the numbers, but regardless, this is no small-time widget. This is meant to be on the cutting edge of technology in this alternate history. Let's go ahead and take that survey. Going into our inbox, we can find the link to it.
Question 1. Is your combined annual household income over or equal to 24,000 US dollars? I like how that's like, so if you click no, you disqualify. They don't care about your opinion. I like how
Nice.
that is like, that's considered like, okay, you got your shit together.
That's funny.
Question 2, are you a financial decision maker of your household? Yeah, if you click no, we boot you out, but you can just go back. Click yes. Now here you can say no or yes, it doesn't make a difference.
Continuing on, it asks some boilerplate questions about what information was conveyed in the ad spot, and then
They ask you what is your gender. If you say female, they don't care about your opinion.
That's messed up.
That's
Perhaps an
crazy.
indicator for a scummy underbelly to our employers. We'll keep this in mind. However,
That's fine.
something tells me this story is going to go in directions we aren't anticipating. Here are some more funnily worded questions and my piss poor attempt at improv comedy.
Please choose the face that represents how physically agreeable you found this spokesperson. I think she's pretty agreeable. Please choose the face that represents how hardworking and down to earth you found this person. Hardworking, yes. Down to earth, not so much. I think that equalizes to a mid-length response. Question 11. Please choose the face that represents how well-behaved all-American kid you found this spokesperson.
That's amazing. Well-behaved, all-American,
Well-behaved for sure.
all-American, American
He's
gamer.
American? More like a well-behaved Bosnian kid?
Oh,
So I'm gonna have to say no.
that's crazy, guys. I don't know.
Just shuffled a deck of cards, and the first thing I drew was just Bosnia.
Yeah.
Now enough goofing off. Let's get the lowdown on our employers and mosey on over to the Merchantsoft About page. When we click on the Merchantsoft page, we are greeted with that fun jingle. I can't get enough of it.
Hypnospace is year 2000 ready. Founded in 1996, Merchantsoft has been leading the consumer computing revolution with its innovative, accessible, and just plain fun array of software applications. The online world was shaken with the release of Hypnospace in the late 1998. In addition to being technological groundbreaking as the world's first sleep-time networking system, Hypnospace was an immediate hit for Merchantsoft and sold over 2 million copies in the first 6 months of the market.
Let's first read up on the products that Merchantsoft has developed over the years. This will be NetSettler and what we're using right now, Hypnospace.
In 1996, NetSettler took the online world by storm. The internet was suddenly a place for everyday people, no longer an exclusive playground for techies, whiz kids, and fuck freaks, but a virtual home for people with jobs and families.
I'm going to say this right now. There's going to be a lot of goofing off in the game footage
Amen.
that I'm using. I'm just going to keep the bangers
problem
and
with
exceptionally silly
goofing
stuff
off.
in here. Don't worry. Although that's pretty subjective. Now, NetSettler
the
is
bangers,
the credential
man.
software I was alluding to earlier.
Whatever it
The software
is.
that we are using to scour Hypnospace is based on NetSettler. NetSettler seems to be less of an internet service provider and more of a browser and web page developing platform wrapped into one package, hence the name NetSettler, settling the wildlands of the internet. And so, is Hypnospace just essentially NetSettler? What, you just use it while you sleep?
NetSettler?
That's silly. Now, to help monetize the platform further, Merchantsoft partnered up with a handful of sponsors, their biggest ones being Bopos, a meat processing company, and maybe a fast food chain, Grace Peak Cola Company, a snowman-themed soda brand with the tagline, "Gotta drink it right." Then there's Monarch, the aforementioned video game and home entertainment company, and finally, Esotonic Records, a formerly indie turned corporate tastemaker in music production.
Need an eye-grabbing doodad, ad banner, or a catchy jingle? Our creative team is up to the task. If your organization is interested in an advertising partnership with Merchantsoft, please contact us by email, fax, or phone during regular business hours.
Let's take ourselves to the About page and meet the team. The founders of Merchantsoft are brother duo Adrian Merchant and Dylan Merchant.
Adrian Merchant, the entrepreneur, and Dylan Merchant, the barely out-of-school whiz kid, made waves in the tech world with the launch of NetSettler in January 1997. Later that year, in October 1997, the Consumer Neurotechnology Research Foundation, in collaboration with the Merchant brothers, wowed the world with a press conference demonstrating their market-ready sleep-time computing technology. Hypnospace was released to the public 1 year later.
Okay, so Hypnospace has been around for a year now. We can meet the team through their personal Hypnospace pages. Adrian Merchant's page is very basic.
Dang, bro, Dylan
However,
Merchant
there's a
got that
bit of
swag
an
on him,
anomaly
bro.
in his status.
Hey,
Adrian
Falcon 1234 didn't work. It's not the password. Okay, trying Falcon 123. Thanks. Tell your Hypnospace friends how you're doing by entering text here.
It seems that whatever he was sending this person through this messaging platform was also being typed into his status. Also, note that his headband ID is the same as all official Merchantsoft pages. So evidently his account was the one hosting those pages. Now based on his page, it's likely that he had somebody else design them. Let's make use of our sticky note, jotting down the Falcon123 password. However, this won't come up again until the very end of our journey in Hypnospace. One interesting quirk that I want to point out is that if we click on the leftmost part of the page address, we can see that his page is located in the zone called the cafe. However, we can't find his page in that zone. So he's left his page unlisted. Now, when you make a page, you still need to assign it to a zone, but can choose to make it so that your page doesn't appear in the listings. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for any unlisted, unsavory pages in our investigations. Speaking of keeping an eye out, I noticed that there's an eye hidden in the background of the cafe. Maybe having something to do with that strange Eye of Horus we talked. And up next, the page of the more tech-savvy half of the brother duo, Dylan Merchant.
Dylan Merchant, man. This guy got that swag on him. Look at him. He's freaking out.
Is magnificent. And after having beaten this game, it feels so different. The chip-tuning music, the bright-eyed 21-year-old computer nerd, the highly designed page with little categories you can click on to skip to their parts of the page. It's all so damn nostalgic.
Projects in the works that are going to knock your socks off.
We'll keep these projects in mind. Now, what does he mean by admitting he's been tamed?
DM Tunebox was my first big project.
Yo.
It was an open source audio player for Flamingo OS that gained widespread popularity after leakers' peer-to-peer music sharing services took off.
This could be the equivalent to Napster or other long-gone music sharing services. Ooh, I'm suddenly thinking of LimeWire.
My fellow Americans, I would once again like to say that I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did, however, go to ifreeclub.com.
Too many member berries, too many member berries.
I made a beta version for HypnoS that plays HSM files, formerly DMT files.
DMT?
DM2 sequences. As
DMT?
well as regular
Y'all
old
DMT?
Have fun.
Y'all try to take some DMT.
Legally. Very hard since DigiExchange was closed.
Sorry, guys,
So he
sorry.
started his
My
journey
bad.
in development by making an open source, freeware, nifty audio player, the one that would ultimately be built into HypnoS. It can play HSM files, which are this universe's equivalent to MIDI files, and
Okay, that's fire,
AVD
that's fire.
or audio files. This universe's equivalent to MP3s. Now, it seems he's a bit sarcastic when talking about downloading music legally.
MIDI
punctuating it
files
with
are their
links.
DMT
Something tells
files.
me that when Dylan admits to
That's
being
crazy.
tamed, he's revealing that he was once a
That means
Wild
a lot
West
to me,
internet
guys.
frontiersman, enthusiastic
Yeah, I'm gonna
about
take a
sharing
note about that,
information
guys, in my
and
journal.
entertainment, but is now tied to the corporate
Right
world
here.
that seeks to tame the internet with copyright and moderation. He mentions DigiExchange. This might be the same peer-to-peer music sharing service that Leaker developed. Again, similar to Napster, which in our world was taken down after getting into a bunch of legal trouble. I want to take this moment to debut one aspect that we will be exploring: freeware versus monetization. In the case of Hypnospace Outlaw, it will be largely copyright. In our world, who won the music war? Well, Napster evidently lost. But fast forward to the modern era, you can download MP3s, MP4s off of YouTube using Y2Mate, I use JDownloader. And come to think of it, despite the defeat of Napster, the last time I purchased digital music had to have been when I had an iPod back in like junior high or high school. And even then, iTunes as a software sucked so much eggs that it was just easier to just download music off of YouTube. That
That's
would be an
real,
example
bro.
of monetization leading to further efforts of piracy. That being said, however, I think most music that you and I will enjoy.
Yeah,
is
iTunes
through
was
services like
freaking
Apple
funny.
Music or Spotify.
I like
However, in my
bought
case, I don't
one
pay for it
song
because
off
I'm on my friend's family plan.
iTunes,
Love
and
you,
it was
buddy.
freaking.
You know who you are.
Y'all know what the song I bought off of iTunes was, guys? It was freaking Tobuscus. It was Tobuscus' viral song. That was what I loved as a kid, bro. I was like, that was amazing. That was so funny. So freaking funny, dude. Because it was like the zeitgeist, guys. You know, we had a viewer watching us for a little minute there, guys. I do not think that they left us a like there. You know, I don't really want to, you know, I'm not trying to explain myself what I'm doing here, you know, guys. We already did it at the beginning. So I'm not trying to explain myself. If they're smart enough to understand that we're just reacting to the video, we're keeping it chill here, guys. You know, we're doing what we're doing, guys. We're doing what we're doing, guys. And at this point, guys, I'm gonna take a little break. It's been an hour of streaming here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go probably get some milk and maybe some other food, guys. We'll see. I'll be back in a little bit, guys. I'll be back. Hey, I got some. Well, you can't really see it, guys, but it is half filled up with regular milk and then half filled up with strawberry milk. Method. Gotta make gotta turn it from white to pink. It's like Jesus turning water to wine. Or like, one of these rapper guys turning a cream soda into a red soda by pouring up that red inside of it. Guys. Hey. You know what, guys? Should I just go trim my hair real quick? I won't even cut, guys. I'm gonna just go real quick. I'm gonna trim this little bit, guys. Y'all are gonna see. Y'all are gonna see the method. Watch me. Freaking watch me. We did it, guys. We did it. See? It's a little bit more clean. Just a little bit cleaned up there. We went ahead and did that. You know, because I just had to do it to him, guys. I had to do it to him. Let's continue here, guys. Let's see. 720p, guys.
Let's read up on a secret project
We're on
Dylan has been working on.
HD.
We have an opportunity to create an interactive gaming experience unlike anything the world has seen using HypnoOS and HypnoSpace Network. Games have the potential to connect people across generations and cultural barriers through fun. They're the ultimate icebreakers. What I'm working on will revolutionize the industry and set HypnoSpace apart as the sleep time network.
Gotcha. So it seems gaming hasn't really made its way into sleep time internet services yet. Probably a good thing. A particularly good game already eats into your sleep time enough. Being able to continue your session to your sleep would probably shake things up in the medical world. Not in a good way. In his About section, he has a plethora of likes and dislikes. Among his likes, he again seems to emphasize, I'd wager sarcastically, legally acquired, rock, dirt haze, and cosmic music. I'm familiar with rock, but dirt haze and cosmic music? Buddy, you don't even know the least of it. We have a whiteboard full of fictional music genres in store for you. I can't wait to get into them. Among his dislikes, he mentions artificial boundaries and mindless drones, further indicating his tamed savant predicament. He's an artist who strives to be on the cutting edge and saw fit to do so by chaining himself to the corporate world, evidently disliking the many mindless drones he must work with and above to make his dreams come true.
Interesting.
Let's hear the rest from Dylan himself.
Don't go corporate,
Tech
guys.
News, you've probably heard of my brother Adrian and I. I'm the creative one, and Adrian is the business one. Can't argue there. I'm definitely the fun half of the equation. That equation goes something like this. A cool thing by Dylan plus business stuff by Adrian equals tons of cash. Adrian is Edison, and I'm Tesla, or something like that. Basically what I'm saying here is I'm the one with the talent, and Adrian is a balding stiff who knows how to make a deal or two. He's well aware of this dynamic and has made peace with it. In all seriousness, Adrian is a great guy, and I'm fortunate to have him as a brother.
Dang, guys. That's crazy. I don't know, guys. Dylan.
Good to meet you, Dylan. Let's check out his separate
He's
music
interesting.
page. This is fun. Here he reveals his screen name as DM Noise Pusher.
Here's some of the music
Okay.
I'm known for. I'd hope that basically inventing the next step in human communication would attract a few new listeners, but I guess not. Thanks to the three of you who actually listen to my junk. By the way, all of my music is 100% free to download and distribute. They are primarily HSM sequences made with a HypnoSpace tune sequencer.
Cool.
They can be played in TuneBox.
He
That's
labels the
fine.
current song Millennium Anthem as New Digital. Now the name Millennium Anthem is very fitting. It's an anthem to end the millennium. Or perhaps the beginning of the new millennium.
The
year
millennium.
2000, otherwise known as Y2K. Wait till you hear the lyrics to this at the very end. It's something special. Before charting this genre on our
Dang, guys.
whiteboard, let's listen to his other songs. On top of the 4 songs under his DM Noise Pusher moniker, he's also released some other tunes under other names, Gary Spacetime and Frank LM. He has written here that before he had music by other artists listed here, but had to take them down for copyright reasons. DM Hazebeat is a fast-paced electronic tune with a sassy electronic melody. Dylan labels it as danceable haze, which, now that I've really finished this script, it's not helpful at all. I think for now, we should consider haze to be a sort of catch-all term for specific eras of electronic music. More on that later in this video.
Haze.
Ice Cream and Booze is a very grimy song, invoking a late night of drinking beer and eating junk food at the computer or TV. Oh, yeah, Ice Cream and Booze. Dylan labels this as
Dang.
New Digital Dirt Haze. That's a little bit more helpful. So digital, or digital style as we'll later label it, can be identified with its heavy synth and electronic focus.
Okay.
And what's interesting is that Dylan labels his Ice Cream and Booze song as New Digital Dirt Haze. So to learn that Dirt Haze is a very guitar-focused rock genre, which is nothing like Ice Cream and Booze, but I think he identifies a common vibe that is grungy and kind of grimy. You know, it definitely sounds You know, very grimy, very dirty, hazy. Just
Ooh.
you wait. With the help of my buddy James, we're gonna decrypt a lot of this stuff. It's gonna be fun.
We're gonna do it,
Now, we've
guys.
already gone over Millennium Anthem, but if I wanted to add any more other thoughts, it would have to be the innocent, welcoming feel to it. It's as if you're on the precipice of a brave new world, but not in a titanic way. More like in a wanderlust way. I hope that makes sense. The Gizmo Factory is a bit too odd for me. It's very tutorial sounding, but that appraisal might be influenced by a later Hypnospace Citizens page. That being said, it has a very sick-ass theremin-like part. Yeah, you know what that reminds me of?
There's a lot of good music
Song
inspiration, guys.
from Mad Cat Lady, the 3D artist.
I hear it, bro. I hear it.
It's so it's like very uncanny, that theremin. I think it's a theremin. We've got Age of Creation, released under the alternative name Frank L.M. It brings to mind a child god with the chaotic universe before him. Cooing and swatting at this cosmic slew, forming planets and stars, the birth of a universe, but like in a very sweet way.
Wow.
This is my favorite part. I don't know how a song can sound so cute and melancholy at the same time, but they did it here. That's very nice. Here we have Dimensional Voyage by his Gary Spacetime moniker. Again, it sounds like the Gizmo Factory in that it sounds very default-like, tutorial sounding. Abrasive, but not abrasive enough to be memorable. Just not a fan. And then slap it up. Funny for like 3 seconds, then I want to throw my headphones across the room. Now, those last 3 songs released under Dylan Merchant's other pseudonyms aren't given any genres. So let's just take this time to chart out all the genres we've been made privy to so far. More on them later. You know what? In the meantime,
Ooh,
much better.
amazing.
Among a few nifty features, we can even change the skin of our Toonbox application.
You can change the skin, and look how cool this is. Look how cool this is, man. I love this, bro. This is like, I think, my favorite skin, even though it's so fucking huge, which I'm not a huge fan of. But it's like a keygen, bro. I don't know, man.
Amazing.
It's so sick. You got this one, this one reminds me of QuickTime Player for some reason. This is my favorite one though by far.
Now let's go
Amazing.
ahead and read up on some of the other team members of Merchantsoft. Let's start with Roddy Wall, a programmer who was the childhood friend of Dylan Merchant. First thing to note about Roddy's page is that it's seemingly unlisted from its zone.
Would it be a bad thing if I just laid down, guys?
We right now don't have normal
I feel kinda
access to the
sick.
zone from our home portal. But through
Should I just
clicking
end
on
the
Roddy's home
stream
zone, we can access.
if I wanna lay
we'll
down?
scour this page when the time comes.
I don't know, guys. We'll see. We are an hour and 20 minutes into the stream and 48 minutes into the video, so I don't know, guys. I'm just gonna I'll see. I'm gonna lay down for now for a second, but if I feel like I should come back and keep going for a bit longer, then we can always do that as well. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. Guys,
I'm not feeling it right now, guys. I think I gotta end the stream, guys. We will continue this video. We'll see how we do it, and when we end up doing it, when we end up returning on stream, we'll see what happens, guys. But for today, I'm happy enough that I hopped on for an hour here. Hour 21 minutes. But yeah, guys, this is the end of the stream here. Peace out, y'all. Peace out, everybody.